access the delivery terminal to...
I know this. I have inventions to share with you that I couldn't have completed without your help. I'm increasing your allocation.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
It's the, handy. Anyway.
Order accepted. Thank you.
See you soon.
Now leaving chiral network coverage. Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, hang on a tick while I check it out. You found this? You seriously found this shit? I like you, dude. Like...
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
So, this is that chiral network, folks. I'm the pioneer, by the way. Yeah, I travel the world like my father and his father and so on. Gotta say, I didn't think network stuff could hold a candle to roughing it in the... But, like, you could use this thing to research past events and whatnot, right? Maybe even the Void Hour that tore shit up around here back in the day. Call it a thank you gift or whatever. It's a deployable shield. This isn't the safest place, if you know. Wind up in a firefight and you'll learn to appreciate its value real quick. Yeah, there's this massive crash. Was the same one that took out... I don't know the details, but, like, sounds pretty... That's what... And worth... Talk about... Joke with that... Anyway, makes life much... You weren't... It's my calling. I was born into it. My family's been traveling the world since my grandfather's time. But then, dramatic twist. And then, another dramatic twist. The end, if it does appear. Meaning, this network might just allow me to carry on my... Just, alright. I figured... So, come back. Good luck with...
Order accepted. Thank you.
Sam, it's Tarman. This order calls for the delivery of some specialized medical equipment. West Fort Knott is the only place nearby with the facilities capable of fabricating it. Unfortunately, the DHV Magellan can't assist with transport. The risk of tar contamination is too great, which means you'll need to take it the overland route. It's a lot to lug all the way to East Fort Knott, but there we are. Hook them up to the network once you're there, and we'll move the ship to your position.
You really up? Sam, you're the best porter I know, and that's no lie. We all agree that you should have this. We're upping your allocation of...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
When I first looked, you've been nothing less than a... wherever... So come...
that one. Gotcha.
You are on the 17th, you don't know what it means. So I climb down and pick the cherries that fell to the ground. I can't carry it alone.
You coming all this way. I'm not just saying that either. Seriously. Right. Let's get this cargo processing. This is like a work of art. It was all I could do to keep my hands from shaking while I was inspecting it. I don't know how or where you found this, but we're so grateful for your support. Put us online with your Cupid. We're ready. Looks like we're fine. Between this and the life support systems you brought us, we can begin giving proper treatment to all the folks suffering from chiral contamination. Oh, I got a little present I'd like to give you. Take it with my compliment. Those beauties are pretty hard to come by these days. And I just know they'll look great on you. Oh, in addition to... I've shared the data for... It's a piece of equipment specially tailored to porter work, allowing you to carry lots of cargo. Ideal for keeping your balance while making your deliveries. It's bound to make your next runs much easier. And it'll help you expand the network, too. You know, before you came along, we lost a lot. For a while there, it felt like we were counting the days until the inevitable. But it seems like we'll be able to avoid that terror. We won't fall victim to the same tragedy that befell North Fort Knott. Without it, lots of folks would lose access to deliveries, and without a fully linked... no need to worry, though. You've guaranteed we'll be around for a good while. Rest assured, all to bring this continent into the fold. As a major distribution hub, we conduct research and development, and the Bokka skeleton is one such... And lately, something allowing for... Since you brought us onto the chiral network, we've started gathering all kinds of useful data on the subject. But we're gonna need more before we're finished, I think. We'd be grateful if you could help us out on that front. Thanks for everything, Sam. North Fort Knott was deemed critical for the expansion of the chiral network in northern Australia. But due to chiral contamination, we've... Dramatic changes in the tar currents and rising chiralium levels have had everybody fearing for the future. But thankfully, you came. Me and all the staff here are committed to sustaining this pillar of the chiral and distribution, and doing everything in our power for you and Australia. Personally, I've always... They're traditional porters they used to... No matter how dangerous the mountains... I've never met any of... But when I came out here with this guy, was apparently the... You could always head back to Mexico and try to track him down if you're interested. We actually developed the Bokka skeleton while referenced you might simply wearing it off when traversing snowy mountains, river. Now that you've brought us onto the chiral network, our equipment still isn't as good as we want it to be at the moment, but we hope it'll... We've got a lot riding on you, Drog.
Hello, Sam. More than 50% of the Australian continent is now connected to the chiral network. And it was you who made this possible. On behalf of the company, allow me to extend my sincere... It's likely that the difficulties we face will only continue to increase as we press on. But the probability of creating a new plate gate rises with each expansion. Do what you must to make...
Sam, it's happened again. We won't be able to head your way just...
Sam, this could be the result of that Nirvana phenomenon, right? We won't know. Before, Sam.
It's calling to us again.
Sam, are you thinking of going back there?
Well, if that's not an invitation.
care to call this riddle of a place. Strange. I feel as though my body's become lighter. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Sam? You might be able to jump much further than usual. Got grenade launchers. It's risky, but you could try taking their weapons for your own use. Are you up for the challenge, Sam?
Dove cazzo sei? My brother. Heads up!
above us. Something's coming. Watch out!
Questa ti mette...
These ice pillars are a real nuisance. Think there might be a way to destroy them? Come on.
Contatto!
got him on the ropes. He's trying to flee to the church down below us. His face?
No, I don't.
Sam, do you read me? Come in, Sam. Come in.
We were whisked away to that strange place again.
What? We only lost you for a few seconds.
And time must flow differently over there, like on the beach.
Well, glad you're all right. The tar currents seem to have settled down, so we'll be able to surface there shortly. Just sit tight, okay?
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Sam, why don't we return to the DHV Magellan and get some rest? You can ask Fragile to look into that card you obtained as well. Seems all the possessions you had earlier are in that open space over there.
name is Neil. Neil Vana.
Neil Vana? Oh, here I thought he said Nirvana. There must still be tar in my ears.
It seems that the ID card you brought back belonged to the man himself. Charlie helped me dig up the details.
The card was issued by Bridges years ago, when the chiral network was still being developed. Records confirm that Vana has been dead for some time.
So he was a member of Bridges?
No, it doesn't look like he was.
Vana was a porter contracted by Bridges to handle jobs with special requirements. Like all of you, he was a doom sufferer who leveraged his abilities.
A top-notch porter by all accounts. He worked the Mexican border. Brought over all kinds of useful stuff.
Ostensibly, resources and medical supplies. But in truth, he transported drugs and other prohibited goods.
So he was a smuggler.
Vana's ID card served as a key to some of Bridges' secure installations, though only a select few, of course. Specifically, those dedicated to the BB experiments, along with various other medical facilities.
I believe that the place you went to for counseling was one of them.
But everything in that area was obliterated 11 years ago by a void out, one in which Neil Vana died. And from which you alone, Sam, were fortunate enough to emerge alive. Prior to all that, your counseling sessions made you a regular visitor, yes? Well, records indicate Vana frequented the same facility. There's a fair chance that the two of you might have met before. Do you recall seeing him?
It's hardly surprising. A great number of people pass through there all the damn time. No one would remember them all.
From this location, you should be able to see some snow-capped mountains, Sam. Once again, you'll need to link up several sites en route to this destination. The first such site to be brought online is the Chronobiologist shelter, which is due west. Pick up the main order on this delivery terminal in order to begin.
You're mine. Almost there.
Good day, Sam. Robbery and Death Stranding. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised.
That should do it. Cargo isn't too beat up. Wait. I should have no trouble
Now displaying your current order grade.
I'm finally part of the chiral network. I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research at a faster pace than ever. Please accept this by way... I picked up this accept. You should try attaching it to... Oh, and in case you're curious, the cargo you brought me contained a stock I've taken. They appear to... Just another example of the many ways the Death Stranding is wreaking havoc. It's introduced us to Timefall and the beach, as well as the... You know, I can't help but wonder if extinction entities are related to chronobiotes. Chronobiotes can accelerate various processes within the human body. Simply put, much like Timefall, which ages everything, and the beach, where time stands still. This disruption of the natural temporal flow is linked to the underlying mechanisms of the Death Stranding. Continued study of chronobiotes should therefore help us to solve the greatest mystery of our times. At least, that's what I've come to believe. So I've heard a little bit about Heartman's research via the hydrologist. You know, the mass extinctions of trilobites, ammonites, and the dinosaurs. Well, apparently, all these ancient events were set in motion by extinction entities. I'm told there was a human extinction entity as well. And that EEs had umbilical cords linking them to the beach, which could be why their fossilized remains were somehow unaffected by the passage of time. The parasitic chiral microbes that latch onto chronobiotes also originally came from the beach. So, you could even think of them as another form of umbilical tether linking their hosts to the other side. And the reason why now that I have a chiral network connection, well, the porter who used to come through here was attacked by some... It was bad enough that they gave up doing delivery work for good. They still managed to deliver my last shipment, but it was covered with strange dents. When I asked what had happened, they just said it was the work of the... People have been talking about the rider for a while, actually. And there's this guy not far from here who's dedicated to studying strange mysteries like that. I sent him... You should keep your eyes peeled for trouble until he figures out what we're dealing with. With no one else or... Oh, by the way, a suborder just got posted about those strange... It's probably in your range. And I just hope we can get to the bottom of things. Thanks again.
Well then, Sam. By the way, we have info on Vana to share. Could you join me on the bridge?
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
We managed to learn a few more things about Neil Vana. You may remember that he was a porter contracted by Bridges. That's what we told you before. Since then, I received a mail.
Another one from our very own Heartman, I'm guessing. Look, we sure we can trust them? Whoever they are?
They are almost certainly someone on the inside. Someone with access to the UCA's administrative systems. It seems Neil Vana was attending therapy sessions.
But the real revelation is who Vana's therapist was. Charlie, can you please explain?
A specialist who worked with other doomed sufferers, including one Sam Bridges. She was your therapist and your partner.
Lucy?
Neil Vana's name was on our client list. Right there in black and white.
That's crazy.
We also uncovered a photo you should see.
Per the records, they perished in a void out which claimed an entire city. A void out only you survived, Sam.
Lucy was pregnant at the time.
It wasn't mine. The child she was carrying. She straight up told me to my face. I never had any kids. She was just my shrink, helping me to work through my often phobia. That's all she ever was to me.
Metagenomicist to the network. Access the Chronobiologist delivery terminal to find and undertake this main order.
You really don't remember me.
That woman just now, was that...
Lucy. That was Lucy.
Ah, yes. She was your therapist, wasn't she?
Good morning. This is the delivery terminal. Process your orders and requests.
Oh, hey. I appreciate you coming all this way. You took good care of this. Well, how about that? It's a problem.
I know this is... Kinda looks as though it was battered with a large, heavy... Not to mention the unusual. Putting all the pieces together, I reckon this is likely the work of the Headless Rider. In all honesty, though, seems like it was set upon by not one, but several riders. Yeah, there's gotta be a reason they attack travelers when they do. Mind helping me figure out what that reason is? That way we can set the minds of porters like you at ease. Once we know more about them, I can use that chiral network to enlighten everyone else, too. Indulge my curiosity and I'd be happy for you to hook me up, is what I'm trying to say. If you're keen to do so, you can pick up the sub-order I posted. I've included the relevant information in the order details. Be sure to look it over should you choose.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
Okay, Sam. Why don't we begin by considering what we already know? If nothing comes to mind, take a look at the order details to refresh your memory. Sam, the Headless Rider attacks were reported in this area. Look around. See anything strange? Sam, about the Headless Riders we're after. I've been thinking, what if we were to try replicating the conditions of the previously reported attacks? Road at night, tri-cruiser... I've got it. We should take an evening spin near the site the attacks took place. You mind?
Drop it off someone else. Thank you so much for your help. It's because of you that we can offer this. I'm increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Upgrade? We think... Oh, I personally think it was a... Take...
What's happened to it? Don't tell me it's been hacked. Since when do highways float in the air? Up, up, and away! Highway in the sky. And now we find ourselves trapped. for anything, Sam. Let the Headless Rider get away.
Welcome, Sam. I prepared this little stage here special for you and you alone. I know you're gonna make the most of it.
Higgs! These must be ghost mechs? I suppose there were no Headless Riders after all then. We need to destroy them all. Let's get the move on, Sam. That's how you do it, Sam. One. You're a pro! See it, Sam? One of them is different from the others. That has to be the unit that's hacked into the auto paper. Fought, Sam. I think you took care of every last one. Highway disappearing? This isn't good, Sam. Whoa! Ah! Whew. Seems the day is ours, Sam. Oh, what a relief to have made it safely back to the ground. There's no sign of our adversaries. That strange road has vanished without a trace, too. Everything seems fine now. Let's go and give the ghost hunter the good news.
Well. I can tell you gave it your all. I feel as though I can say no. I've decided to increase...
Now displaying your current order grade.
Thanks to you, we can find... Troubling rumors like that have a way of putting everyone on edge. Makes them want to stay inside all the more. Out here especially. Saw too many people cutting ties and keeping to themselves. Can't say any of us anticipated that the riders would be ghost mechs, though. And those mechs have something to do with Higgs, too. Isn't that right? Well, now that we know the truth of the matter, we can come up with ways to combat them and their tactics. Then, maybe it'll feel like we're actually making some progress at long last. You know, you've got the makings of a real ghost hunter. I've shared with you some schematics for my favorite tools of the trade. A rocket box and a camel. It's great for incapacitating humans. Killing BTs or disabling mechs is quick and easy to use. So consider keeping one on hand for emergencies. Ever since the Death Stranding, sightings of paranormal phenomena have been steadily. Though a lot of these can be chalked up to simple misperception or misinformation. Among all these claims, and as a ghost hunter, I investigate the more promising report. Fortunately, so I've heard a few stories about the red-clad warriors before you came through. That Higgs might be the one leading them came as quite the shock. He's the same bastard that's been distributing weapons all over the place, right? Trying to get... Forming lasting connections is out of the question if we can't find common ground. The spread of weapons and violence is a lot more terrifying than any sort of paranormal. You've done some wonderful... I intend to carry on with my research. There are a few things that I'm still pretty... Maybe they're nothing more than baseless rumors, but if any seem promising, I hope I can count on... Good luck.
Just how many jumps have you handled?
Thanks for your constant support. I have another gift to share with you. I'm increasing your allocation.
Now displaying your current order grade.
It's there also. So.
Order accepted. Thank you. Order accepted. Thank you.
Really are.
We assume this delivery. You've always been there for us, and so we want you to have this. It's bound to come in handy. Your material allowance has been increased.
Now displaying your current order grade.
But this will only grant you one and see.
work so then. I boosted your materials allocation, dude. How about it?
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
Well... I think so, it's your best friend. It's even got a special... And high temperatures won't take... If you do start to get a sweat on, though, how can you not have fun?
Order accepted. Thank you.
Well, later, dude.
Well, beautifully done. Well, look at what you brought. You're the best, Sam. I want you to have this, but keep it a secret. And no need to tell our friend. Do you have enough materials? Now displaying your current quarter. No, I hope I can continue to rely on you in the future.
You to know, you have my utmost respect. I've prepared something to express my appreciation. You are always so willing to help.
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
As thanks for your assistance. I have never the book and put you other now.
have another question for you. This one's a little bit harder than the first one. That's correct. Have a safe trip, Sam.
Cool.
The timefall. You might find the capturing part tricky, but if you're real quiet, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting close. Now, this emu appears to possess a certain unique temporal. It may well have some kind of connection to extinction, and a metagenomicist might have different insights into its nature. Personally, I'm hoping this might lead us to a major... Help us out, Sam. Oh, wow, you found this? It's always a pleasure when you pay me a visit. Have enough materials?
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Porters need a lot of energy to... I can't say for certain if anything...
Order completed. Well...
Till next time.
This is the spot where it was last seen.
Almost there.
Emus are awfully fast. This search may take a while. Wonderful. We've secured the animal. Let's deliver it to the Metagenomicist.
Hook that one.
Looking forward to this delivery. Now let's take a look. Good job. Looks in perfect condition to me. You fielded a bunch of requests, and it wasn't easy work either. My research is going well.
Now displaying your current order grade.
I'll hook and turn it with this, it, and hick, but it's anyone's guess what hit, and that EX in essence, but that's these, Well, we've discovered plenty of chiral creatures that resemble smaller animals like rats and spiders. As their name might suggest, chiral microbes are even tinier. They're parasitic by nature and favor hosts from the world of the dead. They're just an amazing discovery all around. The final missing piece I needed for my research. Yeah, the Chronobiologist, our mother belongs to the group too. We've all got similar conditions, but whatever the cause of our syndromes may be. Yes. Next time you're able to inflict significant damage on a large BT, try tossing an EX capture grenade into its mouth. Not only will you neutralize your foe, but you'll find it also leaves behind a milky white chiral. I've taken to calling these objects BT crystals. If you see one, make sure you don't forget to pick it up. I say that because if you've got one on hand, you'll be able to use it the next... The BT crystal will react with the tar and transform into a variant of the BT you captured. When activated, the crystal will summon a variant of the BT that spawned it, which will emerge from the depths of the tar. Ordinary large BTs will perceive this variant. If you're headed that way, you would bet, though that might also be a good opportunity to give those EX capture grenades a try. And if you're interested in some additional work, I'd also like you to take the emu you brought me to the animal. The staff there want to look after it, and I don't have the... I've posted... There's no rush. Thanks again for all your...
Anyway, that said, alternatively, you can undertake this sub-order for... I'll leave it up to you, Sam.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Come back, Sam. Is this cargo what I think?
Now displaying your current order grid.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Process your orders and program.
This is a shock. I can... Thank you. You've been a pillar of... You can use more of my materials.
Now displaying your current order grid.
Don't freak out, but it's exactly what it looks like. This hat is a living organism. I raised it here, in fact. It regularly emits cries that humans can't hear. But when other chiral creatures hear the sound, they grow much more calm and relaxed. I've actually been studying the unique noises chiral creatures make as part of a joint project with the musician. And at some point, this little guy started copying what he heard in my lab. I don't understand it myself yet, but the takeaway is that if you would put it up.
This is your chance to turn that monster into a BT crystal you can use later. Take one of your EX capture grenades and toss it down its throat.
that one.
That cargo of yours. Seeing flawless cargo like this makes me wonder how you did it. I can't wait to show everyone. Where in the hell did this wayward thing turn up? I don't even know how many times you've come to my rest.
Now displaying your current order grade.
I'm guessing you saw the tar lake out west of here, yeah? That whole place got wiped clean off the map by a void out. And since that day, the tar's been eating away at this facility. Some weirdness with the currents, or at least that's what folks are saying. But with the stuff you just brought me, I might just be able to keep the tar corrosion at bay. I've shared some data with you as well. Feast your eyes on these grenade launcher and cargo catapult schematics, both new and improved designs. You'll find they're a damn sight better than stuff you used to use back in the UCA. One more thing that's had us worried these days. But now that you're here, I think we can all finally take a breath. Before I forget, one favor by a try it on for sight. It happened sometime after I arrived with one of the early expeditions. A giant BT showed up, made contact with residents, and boom, void out. Same old story. Massive void outs happen in the UCA too, remember? Chiral network covered, you know. Something like that. I suspect it was a squad of ghost mechs myself. I heard about you shutting down that weapons factory, but arms and ammo are still finding their ways into the hands of bad guys, aren't they? So Higgs is still stirring up trouble behind the scenes, I presume. We're attempting to develop methods to help folks put a stop to his activities. And the weapon data we shared with you is one of the products of our efforts. I tell you, a world where we don't need these damn things can't... On the bright... And if you're... Well, the grenade... Human, mech, BT. Now, the cargo catapult still does exactly what you'd expect. Lets you fling containers to the tops of mountains. However, you can now also use catapults to launch certain throwable weapons as... After launching a payload, you can use the catapult pod's integrated camera to tweak trajectory and aim for a specific point of impact. It's a way of attacking targets in hostile areas from a good, safe distance. Pretty cool, right? This is just how it went down back in the UCA. We think we were done for. Then the man who delivers shows up. Truth is, you're the reason I volunteered for the advanced expedition. The reason I was able to keep going. I figured if I did, I might get a chance to see you again. That BB pod you're carrying is different than I remember. Doesn't have my brother's keepsake attached anymore either. But hey, promise me, he's gone. An order, a request, come to think, it's filed and... Right. I'll leave...
Fine work as always, Sam. Now come back to this ship and get some... Also.
Order complete. Well done.
Sam.
Yeah. Nice.
You're wearing my scarf. You're wearing my scarf.
You saw his face too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It was him, Neil Vana, I'm certain of it. That clearly wasn't a memory of yours. Was it some thought of Lou's, lingering in the pod? Hold on. Lou was assigned BB-28 serial number 4 years ago. But Vana died in a void out 11 years ago. It doesn't add up.
Meaning what? That it was his memory we just saw?
He and Lou must be connected. But how?
Sam, the data you secured for us at the weapons factory earlier has proven invaluable. With it, we were able to continue our investigation and succeed in locating fabricators with similar... I'll brief you in depth as you accept this main order from the...
Feels good.
Come back soon.
Feeling about this. Like something seriously big is waiting for us. Stay on your guard and proceed with caution. fabricators have been rendered inoperable, and we've extracted invaluable data as well. We just need to mop up the remaining ghost mix. Nice. All ghost mechs and fabricators have been destroyed. All that remains is to take the ring terminal expansion device with the extracted data back to the DHV Magellan for processing.
No problems with this cargo. Tarman's analysis should proceed without issue. Thanks, Sam.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Our analysis of the data you extracted, it seems both the materials used to manufacture those ghost mechs and the routes used to transport said materials were the same as those utilized by APAC. This indicates that APAC was likely involved in the production of these mechs.
Wait, could this possibly mean that Higgs and APAC are working together? We should watch what we say around the President.
We'll need to proceed carefully with our investigation. If APAC and the President did indeed have a hand in these activities, the security of our operations is entirely compromised. One more thing, Sam. Some of the data we received concerned ghost mechs outfitted with rocket launchers. I realize you didn't encounter this type within the factory, but it's possible Higgs may have already deployed them elsewhere. We need to prepare countermeasures for the DHV Magellan with all due haste. There's a specialist who can help us in South Fort Knot, just beyond this mountain. Putting F6 on the grid is one of our objectives anyway. For now, we'll make preparations in an effort to secure his cooperation. You should head to your private room and try to get some rest before your next order is ready. And Sam, good work.
Good.
Now, your next main order is ready and waiting. For one, the cargo container will start leaking toxic gas if it's... This run is gonna involve a hard trek up some snowy mountains, too. So make sure you're well and truly prepared before... Now, the adventurer you're delivering to travels the continent to try and solve the mystery. You gotta respect him, man. The cargo you'll be taking him is related to his latest invention. I'd appreciate it if you helped out, not just with this order, but any future one. Don't let us down.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Sensing any BTs nearby. Let's move quickly and grab the cargo. Sam, did you hear that? Sounded like a creature of some sort.
You got a bag full. Right. Cargo doesn't come in. Good for you. Get it. Thank you so much.
Now displaying your current order grade.
So, Finetwood. Yeah, him. I wager you've heard him sing out by the tub. Private fella, rarely shows his face, but on a scale of what happened to Lakeside Fort, not. But it's my hope that the cargo you've hauled over here will prevent anything like that. Oh, and the data I something. The look, I would, which is, it's a giant, and one of them. Our ship went down in the chaos. My mates went down with it. I was the only survivor. Couldn't tell you how I got away from the wreck. don't remember a thing. I woke up in the company of those twins. They're the ones who saved my life. But don't think that's the end of the story. I can still hear the Lord singing, the other BT. It's still out there. And the cargo, and when I've got timing comes in quite handy, but you should expect... Shit, the Lord... So I will need your assistance in the future. I'll update you when I...
Order accepted. Thank you.
Look at this combat. I've been waiting forever. I've been making progress in my work thanks to you. Let me give you a little something in return. You need more materials. It's a cut. You can use it. And if you... Of course, there's no doubt you'll have plenty. And just so... I've finally been... It seems that I'll review... Thanks again for your...
Order accepted. Thank you.
More of my material.
Now displaying your current order grade.
I hope. Don't ever stop.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. You've brought something for my father, right? Sorry, I'm afraid he's not here at the... Can't... This is in perfect condition. The old man will be singing your praises.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
You... and you... I'm sorry. I hope...
Sounds like we've got an emergency on our hands. You can accept the order by accessing this delivery terminal, Sam. have here, Sam? What a relief. He's still breathing. You can put him in a protective bag and carry him home. You know, he looks familiar somehow. Didn't we save this man once before? Right then. Let's hurry and take him to his shelter.
I was right to trust you. Thank you for... I need... He's doing better than I expected, actually. Should be back to normal with a good night's sleep. You've been a...
have my father take a look at the cargo you brought me a little while. But no, people have given him a nickname. He takes it a bit too far sometimes. Anyway, as my way of saying, they can help you climb steep slopes and grab cargo. Try them on for size. Yeah, he disappears without warning and comes back with just as little fanfare. And there are times like this where he doesn't come back at all. That's why I have to impose on people like you to go and rescue him. One day you'll understand, he tells me, like that's supposed to make it okay somehow. They strengthen and enhance all movements you perform with your arms when worn. They make climbing steep hills less taxing. Even the simple act of picking up cargo is faster and smoother. You can also use them to draw cargo towards you from a short distance away. So you can... They help you punch harder as well and keep your balance. My father told me that, said it was based on some... I'm afraid I don't know much more. Thank you again for bringing him home. Good luck and safe travels.
Much appreciated, Sam. You should get plenty of rest. Frostbite can be serious. And now, come and...
Sorry.
Hey, Sam. Long time no see. It's me, your old pal, Dead Man.
Dead Man?
Sorry if I gave you a scare. While Heartman is off conducting his near-death excursions, I am borrowing his body. My soul is normally confined to the beach, but for 3 minutes, I get to be here.
How's that possible?
Because he has my heart.
You're telling me that's...
My parting gift to Heartman, yes. Per his request, I bequeathed it before departing on my one-way trip to the beach. He put so much stress on his own that it had grown quite weak. If and when it failed, mine was meant to serve as insurance. But as you can see, he appears to have become rather attached to my heart. His finger never far from the proverbial on switch. Which is why I've been able to assume control of his body. Come here. It's good to see you, Sam. I told you in Mexico that someone had falsified BB-28's records. But in truth, it was yours truly. My intention was to leave no trace of a second BB-28 or of Lou. I wanted you to be free to live your lives, unburdened by the past. But then, well, everything changed, didn't it? You lost Lou, and needed answers to make sense of it all.
30 seconds remaining.
So, I decided to access the network servers from within the beach. Security isn't as strict over there as it is here, you see.
So that was you?
That's right. I am the one who dug up the information about Lou's past. Your very own Heartman was me all along.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Sam? What's going on? And where are we? Sam. Poor Heartman here is understandably confused. If you give us a moment alone, I'll explain things to him.
Okay.